Hail to the king, baby.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, mother effers out there. Welcome to the party, pal. This is Strictly Splatter 4. As you can see, the panel is here, and we're ready to dig into 3 more pieces of cinematic tomfoolery. I guess is the nice way to put it.
I had a shorter one, but okay.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of on the same page. We have not really talked about this. I think me and TC have sort of talked about one of the movies, so we don't know where we're all gonna land. But I have a feeling we're all gonna be on the same page. Maybe there is one movie that will surprise at least most of you as to what I thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me chime in with my main co-host BC. How are you, Brother Chaos?
I'm doing okay, man. You know, hanging in there. You know, just chilling. I'm not wearing my Snuggie because I don't have it here. I'm spending some time at my mom's house because I haven't been feeling that well. But as of a couple of days, I've been okay. I'm glad to be on the show, and my cat's excited. But I hope you guys enjoy the show tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And I have to say, I mean, I last time I saw you, was it last summer? Was it? I think it was last summer, right?
Literally almost a year ago, yeah.
Yeah. You've lost a lot of weight, I mean, I think that's good for you. That's a healthy thing. But I'm hoping you're doing okay in all those regards.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm glad I lost the weight. I've definitely been eating less. But there's nothing to worry about. In other words,
Great.
Yeah.
Good to hear. TC, you and I have come together to discuss the daily deals as they were for subscriber week.
Yeah, daily deals.
Summer
yeah.
Subscriber week.
Yeah.
How are you? How have you been?
Good, man. You know, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Well, I mean, to hang out with you at least. But yeah, looking forward to tomorrow.
Final
doing
day.
good. Yeah.
Now, before we get to our 3 main movies, you and I have seen a couple recent movies, so let's do some quick fire reviews of those. You saw Maxine.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I really liked it. The look and feel of it was good. I know that you didn't like Pearl for your reasons, and it didn't feel like Pearl at all. It had a bit more meat on its bone than X did in a way. There's a bit more going on. However, they're definitely the 2 of the best in the trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's. I'm getting mixed reviews. A lot of people are saying it's the Scream 3 of the trilogy. Some people are saying it's completely divisive, and the ending is completely unsatisfying. So it's weird to pick.
Yeah. I don't want to give anything away, but yeah.
Okay. Needless to say, I don't think I'll be watching it in theaters, though. I mean, I liked X enough for kind of what it was, but I wasn't like a crazy maniac fan of that one. And Pearl, I thought was way too slow for what it was. And I didn't get the love for it, honestly. She's good, but it's too much talking for me.
Yeah.
Pearl is streaming on Prime now, right? Like, if you have.
I think so. Yeah.
No idea.
I haven't seen Pearl. I've seen X, which I like.
Okay. Another one that we definitely disagree on, but I'm curious on your take. We talked about this through text.
Yeah.
Let's talk about In a Violent Nature.
Right.
I thought it was an experiment that it had a great concept.
Yeah.
But I felt like, to me, they failed to deliver a satisfying movie beyond 2 great kills, like landmark.
2? Well, they had good kills.
Well, there's 2 great kills, and then there's a couple of okay kills.
Okay.
Obviously, there's the main one, which involves the hook and the yoga. That's the best kill of the whole movie. I like the wood splitting machine. That's a great one.
Yeah.
And then the other ones aren't as memorable.
No, but it's still fun.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't like that the guy looked like a minion. I didn't like
Oh,
yeah, like 10 minutes of him walking in the woods. To me, that's
well, but the thing is, it
no-go.
wasn't. It's that's makes it sound worse than, because when I watched it, I kind of figured that's what was gonna happen, a bit of that, but it didn't feel like that long, because in certain scenes he'll be walking and then something will come up that'll catch his attention, some voices, and he'll go off to do that. But it wasn't like 30 minutes of him walking and absolutely nothing happening. I mean, it has to have some of that, because the whole thing is that it follows the killer's perspective, so it's gonna be a little bit of
Sure.
that. And they time jump, so.
They don't really time jump.
Well, it's like he's
Not that I
walking, and then you
noticed.
can tell they skip a little bit. Like, it's not like you see the whole walk. Cause
Oh,
now it's
yeah,
the,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
Like, if they
jump
did that, like, director's cut would be like 30 minutes of him walking. It's like,
But there is that one scene where
Mhm.
he is literally walking for 5 minutes, and I'm like, all
Okay,
right,
I
I
think so.
get it, I get it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
beyond the fact that it's an interesting concept.
yeah.
That third act, which we won't get into, but involves completely superfluous
Oh,
storyline,
oh,
pissed
yeah,
me
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
fuck off, and
Yeah.
ended the whole thing on a sour note for me.
Yeah, I thought it was going to lead somewhere, like, somehow, but yeah, I know. You're right.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's my feeling is it's a thumbs down. What? Tell me you liked it quite a bit, right?
I mean, I liked it. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much what I thought it was gonna be, minus that scene at the end, which I'm not gonna mention, because who's gonna figure that one out? But overall, yeah, it was pretty much exactly what I heard it was gonna be and what I thought it was gonna be, and so I wasn't really surprised, and I really liked the kills, so I wasn't really that disappointed. And I mean, I was almost expecting to get a little bored because of what you said about the walkings, because I heard a review something about that, but as I was watching it, I don't know, maybe I just got into it enough that it just flew past me. I don't know, but I didn't get bored at all in the movie. I would just like kind of float with it. You know, I just like that whole thing that you're following the killer, and like usually in the movies that you don't see from their perspective, but now you're seeing that on the other side, and it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, there you go. A split vote on that one, but just a couple of early reviews. And we sort of talked about Beverly Hills 4, but we both loved it. Thumbs up. Big
Yeah.
thumbs up there.
Yeah. Oh, and I just saw The Watchers too.
Oh, how was that?
It obviously had the feel of a Shyamalan movie because it wasn't him, it was his daughter, I believe, who directed it. Definitely the apple did not fall far from the tree. The twist, I'm not gonna say it, or twists, but it's different. I'll tell you this much, if it makes you feel any better, it's not The Village.
Okay, good. That's
So
good.
it's not a Village twist. It's a bit of a different thing. Like, it's cool. It's cool in the sense that I don't know how often it's been done, but yeah. I mean, I did like it.
Okay. There you go. We did. This is sorry, BC. We're sort of keeping you.
Oh
silent
man,
a
he's
little
here.
bit,
I forgot. Just kidding.
We did watch last night. We saw. Hey, let's watch a nice family movie. Oh, If just came out on streaming. Let's rent it and watch it.
How was that?
Sucks. What a piece
Really?
of shit.
Oh,
Stupid
wow.
script.
Oh,
so
wow.
dumb. I was
Okay.
in the 20 minutes in, everybody was like, "What is this? This makes no sense. This is." It sucked. I did not like it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
And
never
I
even
don't want to go
heard
into
of it.
details. You're not missing anything. It's like modern day kind of. It's trying to be like Willy Wonka-esque kind of family movie,
Mhm.
but it's so fucking cornball that you're just rolling your eyes like, oh fuck, this is so.
Like
cheesy.
the concept doesn't pan out as well as it. As you
No,
hoped it would?
like
Oh.
its entire logic falls apart completely.
Oh man.
Horrible. Anyway, yeah, so
Okay.
didn't like it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about 3 pieces of cinematic
Crap.
stuff. Two of these, I think I brought to the team, and I think BC was the one who was interested in checking out House of Seven Corpses. Because who's putting out the 4K? Is it Dark Force?
Oh, that's
yes,
coming out in
of course.
4K. Okay.
I'm not sure if it's 4K or Blu-ray. I think it's 4K, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
But yeah, I like Dark Force films. the stuff they release for the most part, because they release like some really dumb crap, but they have some stuff that catches my attention. So I decided, hey, I want to watch this.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever we get to talk about it, we could let you guys know my thoughts.
All right, let me see. I see the artwork here, but it's not. Is it gonna load at some point? Let's see. New products. Oh, here it is. $35 fucking dollars for 4K UHD.
That's $34 too much.
Yeah, man.
No, man.
What the fuck? Oh lord. And then this blows my mind.
Mm.
I saw that. Where was that? These fuckers put Giant Spider Invasion on 4K. No wonder they're going out of business. This is ridiculous.
Mm. Oh, they're going out of business for real?
Well, from what I'm hearing, they're pulling back on releases.
Oh.
I mean, they don't really release that much to begin with,
Right.
but they're pulling back on 4K releases. But hey, don't release this. Why would you put this on 4K? Why would you put? There's another Scream movie that they have that it's on 4K too. That's a horrible movie. Horrible.
It is a horrible movie. I have that on DVD from them, and it is a really horrible, boring movie. One of the most boring horror movies I've ever seen.
It must be that their whatever rights that they get are so little, few and far between, that whatever they get, they just take advantage of it. I mean, because why else would they do it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe you'll buy it and you won't like it.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't want to try it. All right. The way we're gonna do this, I'm gonna spin the wheel. The person that it lands on will pick the first movie. So we'll randomize it even more.
Okay,
so
cool.
Here we go. Oh, BC. All right.
Look at gift fireworks.
Get a little applause and everything. Okay, BC. So, you get to pick our first movie for us to discuss.
Okay, well, I'll pick the one that I remember less. Hopefully, one of you two could start off with a synopsis in a little bit, and I'll add to the traction to get it going. But the one that I remember less happens to be the House of Seven Corpses.
The one you wanted to see.
All right.
Yeah, the one I wanted to see. It turned in.
Yeah.
It was not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Not because it's 70s movies, because I like 70s movies. It needed a little bit more
corpses,
more horror action going on in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll let
before we jump in, let's watch the trailer.
Inside the House of Seven Corpses is buried the memory of madness. No. Paralyzed with fear, the visitors wait for the unknown.
This way, please.
Whoa! There was a longer trailer. I don't know why that stopped, but anyway, that's good enough. It gives you a taste of what that movie was.
More went on in that than the movie.
Yeah. I agree. All right, BC, where do you want to go? How much do you remember of this?
Okay, well, there's this mansion, castle-like house, and like the title of the movie says, there have been 7 killings in the house. I was talking to Tracker Chaos earlier today, and we weren't sure if all those kills were the same person that killed all of them or different people. I thought it was different people because and at the beginning of the film, you see one guy is shot to death or a woman is shot to death. One of person commits suicide by hanging. Another one is, I think the husband stabs the wife, or the wife stabs the husband, I don't know, in the chest. And another one drowns in a bathtub. And I don't recall the others, but they all happened in that house. So there's gonna be obviously good reason for the place to be possessed. There's something so horrible happening constantly in that place is gonna be possessed. Now, if a film director slash producer that makes suspense horror films, during the film they talk to him, the character, he's made witchcraft films before, so he wants to shoot his next film in that castle, that mansion. So he gets his crew there, and he starts making this witchcraft movie. And one of the things that I didn't like was that for one-third of the movie, no, 2/3 of the movie, nothing horror happens. Nobody gets killed. There is no killer. There is just people filming a movie, and the basic drama that goes along with that. Like, oh, hurry up, you gotta be ready in 15 minutes. Makeup. Oh, my makeup doesn't look that good. Oh, do I look as good as I did in the other films I did for you? No, of course you do. You're beautiful. Stuff like that. Oh well. One of the actresses has a cat, and the cat is killed. I wouldn't say that's a big spoiler, but that's probably the only action we get in the first hour of the movie. I was disappointed. It had potential, and I know Master Chaos likes films about filmmaking, so I know that was. I don't know if you saw the movie before, like when I mentioned that I wanted to do this for the Splatter Live. It sounded like you saw the movie before, but then I read your letterbox, and you pretty much trashed it.
Well, thanks for spoilers on my thoughts. Go ahead.
Next movie. Mind you, he doesn't remember anything, but he said everything correctly, and he remembers your review.
Yeah.
That's what I remember from the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Yeah.
Okay. TC, why don't you tell us your thoughts on House of Seven Corpses? Oh.
Well, okay. I mean, with all these movies, I tried to find some kind of redeeming factor. So with this one, I'll bring it up in a moment. But the movie should really be called House of 7 minus 6 corpses and half a cat, because there was only one freaking zombie, and I think it should have had, if you ask me, all the people that were murdered should have come back and then maybe kill the people off like in the way they were killed. That would have been cooler, and there would have been more action in the movie. But it's one stupid zombie that's really retarded, and it walks around like super slow and somehow kills people. I don't understand that. But what I did, in all honesty, though, I went into this movie blind. I've never seen or heard of it. And when I started watching it, I thought, oh man, it's gonna be one of those Hammer-esque period movie. But then when I saw that it was, they're making a movie in there about this thing that happened, I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. But then it turned out like BC said, like 2/3 of the movie is them making the movie and this douche director, and the normal ins and outs of that. And then towards the end is when this thing happens, and it's kind of like really poorly acted too, and the killings are like really cheap, like the way the actors die really stupidly. But I don't know. It was okay in the beginning, and then it kind of died out for me later.
Yeah, that's that's a good way to put it. Okay, my opening thoughts. Yeah.
Could I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
I see you added subprint or whatever you want to call it under our name.
What did you put?
When you had the camera on Tracker Chaos, I'm filming on a phone, so I can't read mine. The text is too little. What is?
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
What did you put on mine?
Yeah.
put him in so you can see it.
There you go.
Oh well, it is kind of real. Some of it, I mean, some of it is.
Some of it does. Some of it
Yeah.
does happen in real life. Anyway, a House of Seven Corpses. Man, I love a good old dark house movie. I'm a big fan of that subgenre. Usually they're pretty creaky and pretty slow, but
Yeah.
it's all about atmosphere and all that stuff. I also love movies about filmmaking. I love watching people make a movie. I love the whole process. I love all the internal drama behind that. But this movie's boring as shit. And it's got both of those things, and nothing happens for an hour. It's literally... We're watching a behind-the-scenes documentary about them making a movie, and then, for some reason, zombies. And then when the zombie, and this is spoilery, but then when the zombie comes, even that takes its fucking time getting anywhere, and most of the kills are off camera.
Yeah.
So, I remember seeing this a long time ago. I could have sworn this was a TV movie. It
felt like it.
Felt like a TV movie. Yeah, it was very, very, very lame, very toothless. It's the kind of movie that, beyond the fact that you have Carradine in there for 5 minutes or whatever, there's no reason to ever re-release this movie. It's not scary. It's not entertaining. It's not spooky. It's not anything. It's super mediocre. And probably the worst old dark house movie I've ever seen. I was shocked that this had a 4K release when someone told me that. I know, but BC had mentioned it's coming out, but I forgot the company. But the fact that it's got a 4K, that's almost as stupid as Reptilicus getting a 4K. It is so bad, so fucking bad. That's my opening thoughts on that one. Let's turn over to our final ratings and Blood, Breasts, and Beasts. BC, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Finally, at the end, when the zombie shows up, lots of very slow walking, even for a zombie, and then the victims are stupid.
Yep.
I was having a conversation with Tracker Chaos earlier, and they just look shocked, and they don't move out of the way to save their lives.
Like the crew
They just
members.
look shocked.
Like the 2 crew
And
members.
they just stand there while the zombie, gets them. What else can I say at the closing thoughts? I don't know. I mean, the acting was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad acting.
Yeah.
The atmosphere. I'm not the biggest fan of old creepy dark house movies, but this one had potential, like Master Chaos was saying, but nothing happened for the first hour. So, and then when it does, it's not that great. Let me see should I give my final rating now?
Yes.
Okay, I would say 1.5 coffins.
Okay.
Because it was boring. It didn't really feel like it needed more. One of you guys said that it does, but I'm going to repeat it again. It does need more meat on its bones.
Mm-hmm.
Needed more of an edge. Blood. I think for the beginning of the film, since it's about a horror film, most of the blood is fake blood, so I'm not going to count that.
Yeah.
And when the zombie kills, I don't think there's any blood there either.
No.
So I'm going to go with 0. Breasts, 0, but it was a TV movie, so I couldn't expect breasts, so that's fine, but that's not saying... There's a lot of great TV movies out there. Darknet and Scarecrow is one of the ones that comes to mind immediately. It's great. So, and like I said, they had competent actors in this movie. So it could have been better. Beasts, we get 1 or 2 zombies in the end. I tend to think that there was only 1 zombie. but could have been two. Who cares? By that point in the movie, I just gave up on trying
Checked
to
out.
figure out how many zombies there were.
Yeah.
So Beast, I'm gonna go with one. Um, the zombie, how did he look? He looked okay. Yeah, decent. He wasn't the worst looking zombie I've ever seen,
Right.
but I'm gonna go one for Beast. And so once again, to wrap things up, my overall coffin 1.5 for House of Seven Corpses.
Okay, fair enough. TC, final ratings.
Okay. I think one of the dumbest deaths, and it's really dumb, when that main actress, the older one, when she sees the guy that died, like, you know, the whole time about the other actor, and then she starts like sobbing hysterically, and then she like purposely is walking backwards slowly into a dark room where the hands are creeping out. It's like it's so stupid. Why would she do that? Who does that? That's so stupid. I'm gonna give it one coffin.
Okay.
One coffin, yeah, because there really is not much to it. So.
What about Blood, Breasts, and Beasts?
Well, the blood. I think the only real blood in the movie was when the. Can we give spoilers or no?
Sure. At this point, sure. Spoilers
Okay.
for this movie.
When said actress shoots, I guess what she thought was a zombie, but it was the other actor. So she shoots him like in the head, I think, or something like that. So there's that. The rest of the blood you see in the movie, I believe, is like the movie blood. Breast, there's nothing. There's like a shower scene, but it's like that's nothing. And Beasts, that zombie, yeah, it's not the worst zombie, I agree. But it is kind of pasty, kind of lameish. So yeah, kind of weak in that end, though.
All right. So that's a
Yeah.
0?
Yeah,
For Beast?
that's yeah. Be 0 for Beast. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
All right. I watched this movie on a train from was it? I believe it was the one that it was a train from Venice to Florence, Italy. It was about an hour and a half train ride. So I said, all right, I'll watch it. I downloaded it on my phone or from YouTube, and I watched it on my European vacation. I thought, oh, this might kind of add to it if I'm watching it like on I don't know, on a European train ride. I don't know, but it didn't help the movie at all. Incredibly lame, incredibly disappointing. The movie's called House of Seven Corpses. We get one motherfucker. Why aren't there 7 zombies? There should have been 7 zombies that rise up and tear this shit down. That's what should have happened. It didn't happen. Then there's also this weird thing at the end where there's like I don't want to give too much away, but there's like a surprise reveal where this one guy turns out to be somebody else, but it was so confused that I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. Are you telling me that this person is that? But that doesn't make any sense. So I'm just to quote BC, who cares? At that point, the story is just you're kind of checked out. You don't really give a shit. It's sadly very disappointing. I will give it 2 stars though, or two coffins, because I think for the most part they tried. It looks good. It's a decent movie. I've seen worse, and we will talk about worse today. So 2 coffins. I would say I kind of really want to go 0 for blood, but so I'll just say 0 for blood, 0 for breast, and the zombie gets a 1, even though he doesn't do anything. Just the fact that he's there, I guess I'll give him one drop of blood for that. But Jesus, what a horrifyingly disappointing movie. And that has been our discussion on this movie right here, House of Seven Corpses. Do we recommend you get the 4K? I think not.
No.
Wow. Jesus Christ. What a movie. Okay. Moving on. Here we go. Next pick is going to be Tease the piece.
I'm going to choose Gourmet.
All right. I'm going to remove that.
Everyone's favorite.
Gourmet. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Great cover, but is the movie good? we're gonna take a brief look at the trailer. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing. I just want to give you a taste of what is in store for you.
The council has convicted you of high treason against the order. Since we may not punish you with death, we will punish you with life. You will lust for flesh when you do not have it, and despise it when you do. Here, Goza. Take your bitter medicine. I am Goza.
600 years later, in the 20th century, we find Goza the owner and operator of a deli. It's called Goza's Beach Club and Bar. All the cookbooks are famous.
All right, that's that's it for that. I think that was not an original trailer. I think somebody just made that for fun.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's the real one.
Gives you a taste. Gives you a taste of what that movie is about. All right, let me put TC on the hot seat here. TC, tell us about the plot.
The plot. Okay, so as you saw in the beginning of the trailer, that's pretty much the plot. This guy Goza, he's what is he, like a philosopher or whatever the hell he is? He betrays his coven or whatever, and then he's cursed. What's the curse, you might ask? Oh, it's quite simple. He's doomed to be a zombie with who must devour flesh and eventually open up a beachside bar in a place where there's clearly no beach, but it looks like a back alley. I mean, it's so oh my God. And then, of course, he has to have an English accent because that's going to make it better, right? But it doesn't. It does not. It does not. What else can be said of this? I don't know. I don't know. It's bad. I mean, it has some funny parts, I guess, but no, it's too corny. It's too shitty.
Too shitty. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. BC, I'll leave you for last. We'll circle around like that. Man, Gourmet. I have been dying to see this movie for the longest time. Let me get the image up here. Because of this fucking cover. Look at this cool poster, man.
Right.
I love it. Isn't this a cool poster? Like, I know BC, if we saw this at the video store, we would rent the shit out of this.
Yeah, we would.
So, of course, you can't base your feelings on a poster. It's the movie that matters. And I, of course, was going in expecting a less than movie. At the very least, a Blood Feast. Blood Diner. I mean, Blood Diner's higher quality than both of these combined, but something good. At least entertaining in a cheesy way. This movie was stupid, dumb, annoying, tedious bullshit. To the point where I feel like they completely missed the point of their own movie. Mainly because they don't have a plot. The whole movie, there's no fucking story. It restarts every 5 minutes.
It's so random.
Introduce this guy. Oh, my girlfriend is missing, you know, or whatever. And then that storyline's over. And then another story starts. And then another story. Oh, and now there's a librarian who's a magic witch. Fuck you. What's happening in this movie?
Yeah, that's right.
It's so nonsensical. They didn't even know what they wanted to do. They had no idea what they wanted to do with this movie, and I think that was the biggest problem. They threw away their whole concept. They had a great name. They had some cool artwork, but they don't have a movie here. This is not a movie. This is embarrassing.
It's a collection of clips, basically.
Yeah, I mean, this was gonna be on Voyage to the Bottom of the Barrel at one point. I was selecting this for Voyage, but I thought it would fit better here. And you guys can watch this, by the way. This is also on YouTube. I watched this on the plane to Italy. So I watched all these on
Oh
vacation.
man.
And I'm sitting there and like there's like titty girls dancing. Like my son's sitting next to me, so I'm like trying to like block the phone.
Right.
But then like there's people on the other, like a grandma sitting next to on the aisle seat, and like is the grandma looking at him and goes, "What are these titty films you're watching?"
Yeah.
Needless to say, I'm glad it was short, but this was absolutely stupid. Like this makes something like Cannibal Camp Out, which I already like, Video Violence, those kind of movies look like fucking Kubrick movies. I mean, this is so stupid. It hurts my heart.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are my opening thoughts. Let's turn it over to BC.
Yeah, my main thing with this movie was that it was so painful to watch. Now, I have called myself a bad movie masochist many times. I would watch it again just to feel the pain again.
Jesus.
But it was, yeah. I'm weird like that. Yeah, I would watch it again. Actually, I was thinking about watching it again before the show today, but I didn't. Thank God it was so short. I think it's only an hour and eight minutes, something like that. Very painful, and the title is misleading. Zombie. There's no zombie at all. The guy dresses in a Hawaiian shirt, and I think only at the very end is when a little bit of his skin is falling apart because he hadn't feasted on human flesh, and only a little bit of his skin is falling apart. Not a zombie. No way a zombie. So that's misleading in the title. Like Tracker Chaos said, there's no beach. Although it's not even a deli like it's said in the trailer.
Yeah, I forgot that was a deli.
Yeah, it's like a little bar.
Yeah, like a beachside bar kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A beachside bar with no beach.
Yeah.
What else? The main guy Goza. Bad acting all around from everybody. Like Master Chaos said, plotless film. Thank God it was so short. What's with the librarian going to his house and stealing the book, and then nothing happens after that with that storyline. At least if I remember correctly. And then this is what I understood. It's like this cult, but a good cult, because they're trying to protect humanity from evil. And they all consider themselves priests, because there's a part towards a little bit close to the end when one of, and they're all immortal for some reason. For some reason, they're saying, "Oh, you're gonna be." He's a good one. Talking to Goza, telling him, "You're gonna be stripped of your priesthood, and you're gonna become a mortal man, and you're gonna die, and you're gonna pass away, and that's gonna be the end for you." And Goza is like, "Okay," so he kneels down before him. And he's like, "Say you repent or something like that." And at first he's with it, but then Goza gets up and kills him. I forget how. And then that little story bubble ends, and it is him back at the beach club. What else? There's a funny scene where there's music and there's dancing. The part where Master Chaos said that you see the breast because two of the female party
dancers,
goers, take off their tops and wiggle it around, and seems to like it. And he's like dancing with them, and
the music video.
It goes on for far too long.
Yeah,
it's silly, it's dumb, and it's painful. But I don't know. I don't even know if it's so bad it's good. I would say no. I would say it's so bad it's bad.
How about the part where the guy's singing in the front of the bar? That guy, these two guys come up with the instruments, and it's like 5 minutes of some kind of song.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell was that?
What else? Not enough depth was put into the film with each character. Goza is the main character, and we know very little about him. Like,
Yeah.
until I saw this trailer, I didn't know he was a immortal philosopher. I thought he was cursed with the zombie immortality. I
Mhm.
thought they were just a bunch of dudes, a cult helping out humanity in the 1300s, and one of them. What was it that he did? Was it that he killed another priest?
I think he killed, or he attempted to kill a high priest or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was his crime.
Hmm.
And what kind of punishment is sentencing him to kill innocent human beings in order to survive?
Yeah, because they're good guys, but but they go and they have to kill people.
Right? Aren't they supposed to be the good guys? They
Yeah.
just unleashed a monster on humanity. How is that good?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty much all I have to say about. Those are my initial thoughts.
Yeah.
Short movie, and I like shot on video films, but this one was a disaster. Very painful. Very painful. Yeah. If it was only a short film, but it felt much longer.
Absolutely a disaster. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, TC.
Mhm.
What did you think of the? What are your final thoughts on the movie?
My rating, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna stick with the same. You can't give less than one, right? It's like one is the lowest you can give it, right?
0.
You could give it 0.
Yeah, I'll be fair because I give the other one a 1, so I'll just give this one a 1 too. So the blood, this was more bloody than the last movie, to be fair. So I guess this is yeah. So I guess I'll give it a 1 for the blood. The beasts is kind of lame. Again, the guy's like, he's just such a dumbass. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like, again, I wonder if the guy's actually British or probably isn't. But like they figured,
No.
oh, let's add that accent. It's like, no, it can't be. But let's try to make it like he just comes off pretentious and is just dumb. And breasts, well, it actually had breasts, so it was like 2 women. So I guess I give it a 2, 1 for each woman.
1. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And you forgot to mention your favorite scene where that guy comes in looking for a job.
Oh yeah, it was a funny joke, but yeah, there's a scene where they have a wanted sign for a short order cook, and there's this short guy that comes in looking for work. So that's pretty funny. And then he's like he comes in for a job, but he like talks like trash to the guy behind the bar, and then he jumps on the bar himself and starts serving himself liquor. Like, what the hell? But it's funny because they're looking for a short order cook, and it's a short guy. So.
Yeah. And he adds to the well, thank you for your review, buddy. I don't know if you read your your little
You changed it again?
your
No.
sub-headline. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know you changed it every 5 seconds.
I'll change it for every movie.
Oh.
It's yours.
That's not true.
You don't need to ask. You ain't doing it right. All right.
Why are you laughing? What does yours say?
I have no idea.
What does he eat?
Well, you'll see.
I guess when you
Laugh it up, fun boy. He's gonna put a name for you.
oh man.
All right. Sorry.
He's gonna have a heart attack on you.
That's hilarious. Okay. Whew. All right, Gourmet, Zombie Chef from Hell, super garbage, embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those movies that VS or whoever, some
Why would you put eats ass under TV? I don't know
Because he's an ass.
Why would you put that?
Because he's an
not
ass.
Cool.
I know.
That's not cool, man. That's not.
Oh God.
It is. No, girls like that. It's
No,
like, oh,
but-
that's good.
No. What?
You provide a little something.
That's how you. That's how you try to make it good. Like, oh, but girls like that. Oh my God.
You give a
don't know
little
what kind
extra.
of
That's
girl.
great.
The wrong type of girls like that.
Oh my God.
A decent woman is not gonna say, "Hey, dude, lick my ass," you know. So I don't know why. I mean,
Dude.
sure you see it probably like all over the place on Pornhub, but that's not eat anything. I've lost weight, so I don't eat anything. Oh brother, man.
Sorry, continue your thing about ass eating.
Know that a decent woman is not gonna require that. Not like I mean you would need an intense level of intimacy. Probably know the person for at least a year before you could even bring up something like that. You know, because that's something very private.
At least a year.
Yeah, at least a year, because
Oh,
and you don't, and even if you do that, it's not something you talk about it. Why would you both eat ass? I mean, you've been watching too much porn, dude.
You know, there was a shirt I almost bought you that says "I eat ass," and I was like, "Oh, George, we'd love to wear this." All I'm saying, if you're down there, like, oh, what's this little part? You know. Anyway, back to Ben-Hur. My favorite part was when Jesus gave him water.
What?
Never mind. Okay, Gourmet. Gourmet Zombie Chef, complete garbage. It absolutely would probably get a $40 4K release from Saturn's Core or something, because it's mainly because of.
You think somebody would actually release this?
Well, I think based off the name, based off of the artwork, absolutely. I can't imagine. I would have bought it if I hadn't seen it. Like, oh, I've been dying to see this. Yeah, I'll pick that up.
Wow.
I'm glad I didn't, because I would have felt really, really bad. The only way to watch this movie is not at all. I'm gonna go. I think I gave it 1 star on Letterboxd. I almost want to give it 0. I'm gonna go with 0 because I want to give at least. You know what? I'm gonna change this to half because it's the least I can do for it to still have a star. 0 coffins for Gourmet Zombie Chef. Awful movie. Blood, maybe about a 2, maybe a 3 in a shot on video scale. Breasts, about a 3. Beasts, stupid. 1. It's just stupid villains. Stupid movie. And not a fan. Not a fan of this one. It's funny that these last 2 movies we've been on the same wavelength. So when it comes to Dr. Lamb, I'm curious how we all situate. All right, and then BC rounded out. Mr. Everything's on the Table, BC.
Okay, wait a second. I'm trying to think. Does Goza even kill anybody? Because he has like his henchman, which is like the guy that works the bar with him. So whenever he wants to feed, he just goes, "Hey, find me a blonde or find me so and so." and the guy brings him the body, and I think you see him cut the body up. I don't even think you see him eating human flesh at all. Am I right?
I don't remember.
you?
No, no.
TC, do you remember if you see him
No,
eating
I
actually?
no, I remember him peeling skin off an arm. Maybe it was his arm or something, but eating, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
And killing, I don't think he actually is
Uh,
hands-on. So
just
does
that other priest guy, that other whatever they called, the one he fights
right?
that is gonna. I think that's the only person he actually
That's right.
kills. I think.
The
Yeah.
other priest that goes to I guess to I don't know.
Talk sense into him or something.
Yeah, talk sense into him. And isn't he riding a bicycle? Can he afford a car? You know, right? He's riding a bicycle, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. One thing that I mean, we've been friends for a long time, all three of us.
Uh,
I don't know if you guys find it weird, my whole masochism thing with movies, because this movie I only saw once. It was very painful, but something in me wants me to watch it again. And usually, this has happened with other films in the past. Right, the one that pops to my head is Mardi Gras Massacre. Have you guys seen that one?
I like that
That
actually.
movie was
No, I
very
didn't.
painful to watch, but I've seen it now. I own it, and I've seen it 3 or 4 times, and it gets better each additional time. Like a little bit of the pain is stripped away, and you just kind of like enjoy the random oddness of it. Now, I don't know how entertaining this movie is gonna be in a second watch, but I'll let you guys know. Right now, I only saw it once. I'm gonna give it a 1. I'm not gonna give it a half. I'm not gonna give it a 0. I'm gonna give it a 1 because I think that if I watch it again, I might enjoy a little bit more of the oddness of it. Once you get over the fact that he's not a real zombie, and you get over the fact that it's not gonna be as cool as the artwork on the VHS box looks like in the poster. It's not gonna be as cool as that. Once you get that into your head, and you know what you're in store for, I might enjoy it a little bit more.
Let us
Okay,
know.
so my rating
Mhm.
is 1. For blood, probably a 2. I think Master Chaos gave it a 3, but some of it's shot on video, and usually shot on video films that are horror films have pretty good gore. This movie, the gore, even though it accentuates it in the title, you know, Gourmet.
Hmm.
The gore in this film, the gore gags that you do see, the body parts, they look super cheap. They don't look good at all. So I'm gonna give it a 2. For breasts, I'm gonna give it a 2. The 2 topless women dancing with Goza. And for beasts, I'm deciding between 1 or 0 because I didn't sense anything menacing coming from Goza. Not an ounce. I mean,
Only if he was gonna dance again.
right.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a 0 for beasts. I'm gonna give it a 0 for beasts. Those are my ratings. I would say, like Master Chaos said, that this movie's probably gonna get a release if it doesn't have a release yet.
Mhm.
Try before you buy. It's on YouTube. That's where we all saw it. So watch it, and if you like it, buy it. Um,
I think with this one, it's try before you don't buy
right.
it. Watch it, but you're not gonna buy this crap.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's my final take on Gourmet Zombie Chef from Hell. And why such a long title? Zombie Chef from Hell. From Hell, he's not from Hell.
He's not.
He's
from
not a
hell.
zombie either,
He's
so I don't
not a
know.
zombie, right? He's not a zombie. He's from Hell.
And it should be zombie, if anything, zombie bartender, because chef what? I know they make
Exactly.
food, but it looks more. It feels more like a bar than a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a small little bar where the most food you could get is probably a burger and fries. The rest is probably going to be beer and other alcoholic beverages. And probably the type of place that has a little band to where they play music and you dance a little bit like you saw in the film.
Yeah.
But he's not a chef. And I guess one thing that did bother me, which I already spoke about, was that he has somebody go out and kill for him. He doesn't kill himself. He's not a fucking zombie. I mean, usually people that have somebody else kill for them are vampires, right? In movies.
Right.
So you could call him a vampire. You could call him Frankenstein's monster. You could call him anything. He just, in reality, he's a guy in a Hawaiian shirt, like Chaka Kea said, with a British accent, and he's not a menace. From what my rating is, the Beast is 0. He's not menacing at all. That's it, man. I would watch it on YouTube if you're interested. But that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Overall, a solid piece of shit. Last but not least is the category 3. I guess it's a classic. Dr. Lamb. This one surprisingly didn't come from BC. This is something I saw was on YouTube, and I know it's got a release from Unearthed Films. So I thought let's give it a watch. I think I think it'll float BC's boat. We'll see.
Yeah.
But it certainly fits this channel. So the trailer I'm going to show real briefly is from Brazil. Don't ask. It's the best I could find. And then everybody check your nameplates after, because they may change magically. We'll see what happens. Hi. Here we go.
林過宇喺1983年4月8日被控4項罪名：第一，82年2月3日謀殺陳秀蘭；第二，82年5月29日謀殺陳潔芳；第三，82年6月17日謀殺梁文玲；第四，82年8月2日謀殺梁詠儀。4項謀殺罪名成立。
嗱，林生，我哋發現呢啲相咧就好有問題，而家要扣留你。
話俾我哋知點解屋企咁多呢啲相，早啲講出嚟咪大家好啦。聽唔聽到啊？
你做咩咁望住我啊？
因為我覺得你好純真。
你講乜嘢啊？
Anyway, it's a weird trailer. I don't know if that's the original trailer or not, but it is what it is. Dr. Lamb. Okay, let me get the poster up here again.
The poster's cool.
The poster's cool. I had the strongest feeling that I was not going to be a fan of it. I'm not a big fan of torture movies. I'm not a big fan of, ultra-violent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just disgusting movies where it's more about the pain one can inflict on someone else. That's not interesting to me. I find no pleasure in that. However, I really liked Dr. Lamb, and I think what really stood out for me, beyond something like Untold Story or the Ebola one.
Ebola syndrome.
Yeah, the one the reason this one kind of works for me is that it's mainly a police procedural. It's
right.
Almost it's more a detective movie than it is a bloody gore movie. As a matter of fact, I'll have to look back at my notes, but I don't really think we see gore for a while. He gets he gets kidnapped. He gets caught by the police. He gets brought in. It's an interrogation. They're trying to find out if he's the killer. They eventually get it out of him, and it's a series of interrogations, and all the kills are in flashbacks. The one thing I don't get, the movie's called Dr. Lamb, but he's not a doctor. He's a taxi driver. And I didn't get the doctor reference. Maybe it's because he has like a book of like Doctor Anatomy, and he's kind of following along.
Right.
But but it's weird that because he's not really a doctor, and his name isn't even Lamb. So I don't know where they get that shit from. I think I wrote that down. I don't think his name was. Nobody in the movie's named Lamb, so I don't know where they fucking get that. But it's kind of a weird alternate dimension sequel to Dr. Giggles. You can see it that way, and it sounds like what if Dr. Giggles got caught? He got brought in, and he's being interrogated, and we kind of see this in a weird way. But mainly, he's a taxi driver. He gets these girls, he knocks them out, he brings them back to his apartment, which is stupid because he lives with like 50 people. But for some reason, everybody's gone for the day, so he kills them in like the living room where everybody lives. It's a strange thing, but somehow, and like he uses like power tools, blood sprays on the walls. There's guts everywhere, but somehow he's able to clean it up perfectly. So when everybody comes home, the kids are back from school. It's all clean, and it doesn't smell like body parts and diarrhea or whatever.
Right.
So lots of weird elements, but overall, I actually was pleasantly surprised. I thought this was an excellent movie. Let me bring in TC second. Go ahead, TC. Give us your opening thoughts.
Well, like you said, I'm not really into those kind of extreme cat 3 things at all. Like that's not at all in my wheelhouse whatsoever. But one thing I did like of this movie was the story, the idea behind it, the killer taxi driver kind of deal, and more so, even though it would have been fine if it was one of those things that he's a killer taxi driver and the movie was them trying to find out who the killer is and trying to catch him, but rather, like you said, they actually catch him early on, and it's throughout the movie, the whole flashback thing and trying to. I like that. That was smart. That was a bit different. But yeah, the extreme nature of it, I mean, that's just what kind of kills it for me. I'm not into that stuff. So outside of what I mentioned of the positive, that extreme stuff just kind of takes me totally out of it. So for those who like it, they like it, but I don't want to say it's a bad movie per se. I mean, everyone has their opinions, but for me, it's not my thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah. If you took that stuff out, or if you made it not that extreme, I would have liked it more. But it's just that kind of stuff, especially like at the end. What happens at the end? I'm not going to say with this final victim you find out about.
Right.
That's too much. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. All right, BC. What do you think? What are your opening thoughts?
Well, one of the main issues that I had with the movie, which before I start, I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed it. Not as much as I thought I would be. And not as much as I thought I would.
Oh.
But I did enjoy it. Yeah, Master Chaos said the main thing that I was running through my head was that he brings his victims back to his apartment, and he lives, I think, with his sister, with
half of Asia.
Old guy, which is also family. I don't know if it's his dad or something like that, and then like a little his sister's daughter, his nephew or his niece. And he does it in the living room. Yeah, like Master Chaos said, with power tools, spraying blood all over the place. Cleans it up. And there's always blood on the fish tank. That's one of the things that I always saw. Blood sprays on the fish tank. The fish are watching and going, "What the fuck is going on here?" What else? I myself like extreme kind of stuff. From every now and again, I don't seek it out all the time as probably Master Chaos thinks or anybody else thinks. I don't seek it out all the time. I like.
It just comes to you.
Whenever I'm in the mood for something extreme, I will watch something like that. Like this movie is Asian, but I would say it's Japanese, right? It's not South Korea.
No, it's Chinese.
Oh, it's Chinese. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my bad. Um, I these Asian extreme films, I liked Untold Story a lot more than this. I liked Ebola Syndrome much more than this. One of the things that I would say was when I see something that's extremely gory and repulsive, I like to see it a little bit stylized so it could be more impacting or have more of an impact so you watch it and you go, you kind of feel like the wave
The
of
intensity of it.
the intensity of it, yeah.
Hmm.
And this didn't have that until the last victim, which Chaka Chaos said, and what happens to her. Um, should I say it, or would
Yeah,
it
go
be
ahead.
considered a spoiler? Yeah.
Spoilers. A
Ne-
little bit of spoilers for this one.
okay, yeah, necrophilia. Yeah, he rapes the corpse of his last victim, and yes, it's disgusting, but I've seen that kind of stuff before in the German film, Necromantic. There, it's also disgusting, but it's handled. It's more entertaining for me in Necromantic. I
What?
own Necromantic 1 and 2, and I
What
find
makes it more entertaining? Does he wear a hat or something?
It's more entertaining in those movies. I had more fun with those movies.
Oh.
And
Okay.
with this movie, I would say it wasn't intense enough. It was interesting that it went the police procedural route where he's
Uh-huh.
already caught and you only see the kills through flashbacks. Um, I liked this movie. I just not as much as I was thinking that I would. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah, this guy, he's a taxi driver. He drugs the girls, then takes several pictures of them. That's where the police find out. Oh, one thing that I really cannot stand and will not stand is things with children. So even something as little as the beginning where you see that the main killer guy is a peeping Tom and he's peeping on his sister taking a shower. He's peeping on his parents having sex. That is really odd. It gives me a really bad feeling. So if there's something like that in a film, I won't usually not like it at all. So that making I don't like horror movies with kids that are killers has been done before and that's really cool. But when you get into anything deviant sexual behavior with children, that's something that I will not even.
You won't cross that line, right?
Yeah, I don't cross that line. So that kind of stuff, I don't want to know about it. I know it happens in real life. You see it on the fucking news all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about that in movies. So
Right.
don't do that. The movie wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, not as much as I thought I would. So that's just pretty much my initial things that I wanted to say. Yeah, could have had more. I don't know, more intensity with it.
You should. You're saying that this movie should have been more intense?
Yes. More the violence should have been more toned
More?
up. Yeah.
What?
More. Yeah, I didn't think it was enough.
Holy crap!
So, the way that it was done wasn't entertaining to me. Like I said, a good example of Asian extreme films that I thought that I would give 4 or 5 stars to are the Untold Story, Ebola Syndrome. Those, not so much the violence toned up, but the killer wasn't as interesting as the killer in Ebola Syndrome and Untold Story. He wasn't as interesting. This guy looked like a random
Like a plain
person.
Jane kind of thing.
yeah, kind of plain. Could have been more.
Like there was
Could
more
have done
character
more
in
with
the other
it.
guys.
Right, right.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't have. He's quiet most of the time. At the beginning, when he's at the police station, the police are beating on him to get his confession, and he's just like quiet, and he gets beat up, and
Yeah.
A little bit more from this character could have gone a longer way, even if the rest was missing. 'Cause usually serial killers have their own place. They don't live with everybody else, and they don't do their massacring in the middle of the living room. That doesn't make any iota of sense.
Right.
So so yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say right now about Dr. Lamb.
Okay. I am. You continue to be an enigma, but I appreciate you sharing your thoughts. Okay. Final and ratings. I thought the movie was really well made, surprisingly well made for a movie that I thought was just gonna be a gross out movie. It does have its gross moments, but I think overall it's not a movie that is necessarily designed to just be gross, like a Necromantic or something like that. I think it's a movie that's actually trying to tell a story, and I appreciated that because we have a real plot, we have real characters. I think the goofiest moment, and my favorite moment, is when he cut off a tit, and the cops find it, and they're like, "Oh!" and the boob falls on the girl's back. She goes, "Ah!"
Isn't there a part?
I love the loose tit part.
Isn't there a part? And I was telling BC about this earlier. Towards the end of the movie, when they're watching that final video, and one of the cops starts cursing, but they're cursing in English.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, wait a second. So the only words that can be said are bad words. That's funny. I thought for a second, this is not dubbed. What the hell? This guy's saying those bad words perfectly. It's like, okay.
You know what it could be? There's a lot of censorship, obviously, in China. So it might be they're not allowed to curse in Chinese, but they can curse in American.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know,
okay.
And curse words are everywhere. I mean, everybody know. You know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Go to any country, fucking shit. Everybody knows it. So yeah, that might be the case. Overall, I think it's a really great movie. If you are looking to get into the Category 3 type films, I think it's a good entry point because it's not, it's not like, the kind of stuff that BC likes where crazy guys who rape African people in the woods and get Ebola and massacre families. That's the BC style of cinema.
Corpse fuckers.
Yeah, you don't want to go there first. If you want to start here, this is kind of a nice introduction. It feels almost Silence of the Lambs in its approach. I think it's really well made. Probably my highest rating I've given anything on Splatter so far. It's going to get 4 coffins, to the point where that I would watch it again, and I'm considering buying it if I saw it for a good price. Damn. I think it's a really, really damn good movie. I thought we'd all agree on it, honestly. I thought the movie would ring everybody's bell, but that's kind of the magic sauce of this show. It's like the movies. Beyond the fact that we agreed on the last 2 movies, the one that I thought we would all like, no one liked. Well, you guys didn't like it as much.
I liked it, just not as much as you did.
Right. So 4 coffins, blood 5, breast 5, beast 4. He's definitely a muted performance, but interesting for what they were going for. He wasn't that. Yeah. He wasn't like TC and he's gonna eat ass. But but he was more of a muted performance, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think all American serial killer movies, they've all been those quiet, muted guys, and I think those are the ones that work the best.
Do you think this one was a more intense serial killer movie than that Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer 2?
The part 2, yeah.
Yeah.
The part 2, yeah. Absolutely. All right, TC, opening thoughts. Closing thoughts, final ratings.
Well, I agree with you as far as the story. Like I had said earlier, the story idea I liked. The character and stuff was all right, but it's just the extreme stuff just kind of takes me out. But to be fair, not to give it a 0 or anything like that, because there were factors that I did appreciate. I'll probably give it a 1 because of the things that I did like. The blood, I agree, is like a 5 because it's a given. The breasts, torn apart or not, I guess I'll give it a 2 because it was whatever. And the beasts, I guess 2 because even though the guy wasn't, you don't have to have a crazy, like overtly crazy character for it to be a good character. So even though he was kind of toned down, but that's fine too. So I'll give it a 2 on that.
Okay, great. Is this something you'd consider rewatching down the line or there?
Nope. Nah, thanks. Nah, sorry. I mean, to each his own, but that's not my thing. I mean, I don't mind. I like stuff like, which I guess it's almost to the same degree, but I don't know, like Hostel and stuff like that and Saw. But for some reason, things like this, I don't know. It's different. I see it differently.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
I think it's probably your xenophobia. You just hate foreign people. I think that's probably
what? Oh man.
Okay. All right, BC, go ahead and give us your final ratings.
I liked this movie. I thought it was pretty cool. There was something missing with the main character. He wasn't as bad as the main character from Gourmet. Obviously not. He was a competent serial killer, taxi driver, serial killer. But entertained by corpse.
I was waiting. I'm like, why did he pause? Oh okay.
Okay, I'm just not gonna say anything about that. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean,
I'm quoting you. This is a direct quote. This is like the news headlines.
Okay. Yeah, I
You said you like Necromantic, and that's the whole deal about that movie.
You literally said, I'm entertained by corpse sex. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the thing you said. Okay, so
you did, to be fair.
I like Necromantic quite a bit. I like Necromantic too. So yeah, I guess. I know it's fake in the movie. I mean, but it is entertaining.
I don't know. I don't know if you know what that word means.
I mean, like I don't beat off to it. But it's cool. Seeing something so.
As long as he makes that clear to everybody.
So taboo, bringing it out into the open and showing it, for an hour and a half. Pretty cool.
I was waiting to see that.
What else? Dr. Lamb.
This just in.
Yes, and that's true. That tagline is true.
Hey, you want a shirt that says that? It says the first part in the front and the dot in the back.
What was I gonna say?
Dr. Lamb.
There could have been more. Could have been more intense. Dr. Lamb could have been more intense.
What do you think? Let me ask you. What do you mean by more intense? What do you want him to do?
Like the more stylized.
Okay.
So it comes across more jaw dropping.
Oh, okay.
Like for the beginning of the film, it's just all you see is pictures, the pictures that he takes, and then we only see the actual killings in flashbacks. I like the character of Dr. Lamb. He wasn't the greatest serial killer, but he was entertaining. I'm gonna give it 3 coffins. I think that's a little bit better than middle of the road, in my opinion. So I would say 2 coffins would be fair, 3 would be good. So that's where I would lie. 3 coffins. The blood, I'm gonna say 5. Breasts, 3 or 4. I want to say 3 because, like I said earlier, most of it that you see is in pictures. It's not real victims, and the chopped off breast that lands on the police woman's back. That looks so fake. It didn't look like a real breast. Um, Beast, I'm probably gonna say 3. Also average, average. Um, I wouldn't mind watching it again. I wouldn't buy it unless after the second viewing I really enjoyed it more than the first time. Uh, I know one of the things that Tracker Chaos doesn't like is movies that have the subtitles, and I could
That's just
understand
annoying.
that. But in this movie, it was a little bit more difficult because they spoke so fast,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
subtitles went across the screen so freaking fast that you would have
yeah,
to constantly be reading it and then looking up to see what's going on in the movie.
yeah. I just made up
Usually,
half the movie, so
right, right. Um, but it's not like that in all foreign films.
no.
Usually, there's this one movie where it's even faster. The subtitles are faster than in this one. Have you guys heard of the film? I know I saw it with Master Chaos. I don't know if Chaka Chaos saw it. Have you guys seen
Mm.
I Stand Alone? I know we watched it together, didn't we? The subtitles and that go by lightning fast. I mean,
Yeah.
lightning fast. It's almost unbearable to on. You can't enjoy the movie, and something like that, I would say dubbed is better. I don't watch anime. I know anime purists like their subtitles. I'm not a big anime fan. Um, but anyway, back to this movie. I would say yeah, it's an average film. Three coffins. Um, give it a watch. Uh, I'm surprised that Master Chaos gave it such a high rating,
Mm.
but like I said, I don't like he said, you never know what the other person's thinking until we have these videos and we talk about it. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, certainly not. Certainly not necessarily thumbs down across the board for that one, but they are what they are. I think if there's any movie, BC, that you would recommend out of the 3 today, which one would you recommend people go check out?
Dr. Lamb.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that I enjoyed the most.
TC, what would you recommend out of the 3 for people to go check out?
Out of these 3,
Yeah.
I have to pick one. Holy cow. Oh man,
I mean,
this
if
is tough.
if it's none, then it's none, I guess.
I recommend just go watch Scream. That's it.
There you go. I obviously Dr. Lamb gives 2 thumbs up from me, so go check that one out. It's on YouTube. Kind of an okay quality. Yeah, the subtitles are whatever, but that happens with a lot of the old HK movies. They have almost hard to see white subtitles, and they do flash by fast because they do speak very, very fast. But it's a solid little movie in my opinion. All right, let me bring us all together here for the finale. Now, we don't know what we have in store for episode 5. It'll be sometime in early August, but it'll be another bunch of movies. BC, should we do more than 3, or do you like 3 as the kind of nice round number?
I was surprised that I remembered enough to have conversation with these 3 movies, and I saw these in the last 2 days. Like I've mentioned before, my brain is Swiss cheese, but I would say I should. Well, for my sake, we should stick with 3. If we did 4, then when we have a discussion, I might have even less to say. Then I think we should stick with 3 movies. That's my opinion.
Okay.
What do you
Alright.
think? Were you thinking about rising, lifting it up to 4 or something like that?
I was thinking of doing that, yeah. But that's fine. We'll keep it 3 for now. And it'll force us to curate what we're watching a little closely. But yeah, so stay tuned for the information on the next episode. We'll be posting that whenever that's available. And I'll give you all the inside knowledge of what those movies will be as soon as we know. We literally don't know. We start deciding right after this episode is filmed. We're like, okay, so what do we want to talk about? And TC, if you want to join us, you're welcome to come back.
Cool.
And join us on another bunch. But I think next month it's going to be all subtitled corpse sex movies. So.
Oh man, I might be sick and or busy.
Okay. All right. Good to know. All right. Any last words, BC?
Like I said, my mind is really bad overall. But was Tracker Chaos with us when we did the zombie poodle movie, or was it just me and you?
No, just you and me.
I did see it though. I did see it.
Oh, did you like it? That's a movie that I was thinking that I thought you'd like.
Yeah, I did like it.
All right. So I think for my last closing comments would be for the next round of films. I was talking to TC about this. Pick a horror movie that he should have a say in one of the titles at least. That all it has is not too hard. All it has to be is a lesser known movie. It can't be something like you said, like Scream or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Of course,
something that's
obscure.
Not, right, a little bit obscure. And I know you see all types of movies, so I know you could pick something that at least, because I felt bad watching these movies. I felt bad because I know this is not your type of material.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine.
So I felt bad that you were watching these other.
Well, two out of the 3, I they were watchable for me. The other one was like, but I did it anyways. But
Okay.
If you're feeling bad about this, you're doing the wrong thing, BC. It's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be, kind of going into unknown territories together. You're like, if you were going exploring with Indiana Jones, you're like, oh, I feel bad you got dust on your shoulder. Like, no, this is part of the fun. You know what I mean? We're all, but yeah, TC starts sending ideas in. So we have a plan in mind for next time. TC, for next time, maybe for tomorrow, when we do the final show for the summer sale, could you please get some oil and deal with your squeaky chair?
Oh. Sorry, this started happening recently.
Get like some cooking grease or something. And
cooking grease. I'll sit somewhere else.
All right. But any last minute thoughts or last minute sayings?
No, not from me. I mean, hopefully I can make it next time. Hopefully we get some a good crop of movies that we all enjoy.
Absolutely. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think we'd all be happy if there's tons of ass eating in it, right?
No.
Yeah. Y'all ready for this?